Poke Nerds, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Today we have my very first PSA grading submission returns. Only 5 cards. Did this with some friends. We submitted some different cards together, but I do have those 5 cards here. Full disclosure, I have seen the grades, so this is not going to be a surprise for me, but it will be a surprise for you. Going to be exciting to see these grades and these cards that I submitted. I've got them in sequential order from last to first. I'm going to use this opportunity to try to tell you all a little bit about what I did for my pre-grading process and just have some fun here. So really appreciate you being here. If you enjoy Pokemon, it is all Pokemon all the time here at Jordan Collects. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know if you've submitted anything lately in the comment section below. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into our very first card here. All right, so we have got the Kinddra EX Special Illustration Rare promo card. And by the way, if you want a copy of this, all you got to do is go back and take a look at our Scarlet and Violet promos video. Top 10 Scarlet and Violet promos from earlier this week. Subscribe to the channel, like that video, comment your favorite promo from the Scarlet and Violet era in that video's comment section, and you'll be entered for your chance to win this amazing card. Not this graded version, but a raw near mint copy. So, looking at this card, I think, I know that I got 4 out of 5 PSA 10s. I thought they were all incredibly clean. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get the 100% score. I ended up getting 80%, but I'll go ahead and share with y'all. This is a PSA 10. It looks absolutely amazing. And this card, I think that based on my experience, I've had like 5, 6 of them. I've seen a lot of them in the wild. I think that these were printed fairly well. I don't think that there was a really bad time with the printers, like certain sets, certain cards, certain rarity levels. There's just different issues throughout different sets, but I do think that with Shrouded Fable, with these premium collection boxes or special illustration collection boxes with Kinddra and Greninja, they did a really good job with these special illustration rares. This is just one of my favorite cards. It's my favorite promo card from the Scarlet and Violet era by a wide margin. I love Kinddra, love the art style here. I think it pops really well, so was fired up to get this one. And to me, the first things I look at are centering, any surface wear, scratches, print lines, etc. Take a look at the back as well. And again, we're looking for decent centering. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to look close enough to 50-50 that you feel pretty confident about it. And again, no dents, no ripples, no whitening. And this really was a pristine card. So very happy that we got a PSA 10 for this one, the Kinddra EX. And I think that this is going for over $200 now, but I'll make sure to put the price point in the video text so y'all can see that. So up next, what do we got? What do we got up next? All right, this card is absolutely amazing. We've got our promo shiny Rayquaza. Unbelievable card. This is a card that I actually just saw the single at my local card shop and decided, hey, this card looks incredible. I'm a huge Rayquaza fan, like I am a Kinddra fan. They're both probably, I think Rayquaza is my favorite dragon Pokemon. Kingdra's pseudo dragon, but I consider it water. So Kinddra, my favorite water Pokemon. Rayquaza, my favorite dragon type. It's just a beautiful card. I love these shiny full art cards from this era, the GX style cards. And again, you're looking for the same exact things: edge wear, corners, centering, top to bottom, left to right. And I just felt like everything came together for this card, and I knew if it hit a 10 it would have a nice value. I think I picked it up right around $90. I think now this is worth well over $300, and it did PSA 10. So this is an absolutely gorgeous card to have in a PSA 10. Very happy with the value that comes along with that. Don't know, I don't have a plan yet for exactly what I'm gonna do with these. I am looking to utilize grading for the purpose of enhancing my own collection, but also potentially allowing myself to be able to make some money to make collecting cheaper and more affordable. Right now in this bull market, it's very difficult to get hands-on product at reasonable prices. If I can kind of use the grading system to help me, you know, be able to get booster boxes and rip them, or get whatever I'm looking to get with my collecting goals at that time. That's what I'm going to try to do a little bit. So again, don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this Rayquaza or the Kinddra. I do have a lot of the raw copies of the Kinddra. I think I've got a few more to submit as well. And again, you can get your own by going back and commenting on that top 10 Scarlet and Violet promos video, and liking and subscribing to the channel. I'm just so thrilled that this was a 10. This was the oldest card that I submitted. Absolutely love it. All right, up next, what do we have here? We've got Cresselia from Shrouded Fable, an illustration rare. A little water there, picked these up in the rain. This was another one, I thought it looked pretty close to perfect, and so I decided to give it a submission. Illustration rares do carry a bit of a premium because they're more difficult to grade in most sets than special illustration rares and other rarity tiers. That's kind of one of those things I was referring to earlier. Another thing you want to consider when grading, like, is it worth grading? A lot of cards, Japanese cards specifically right now, the value is more there to buy a PSA 10 than it is to try to grade for a PSA 10. Let's say you buy a card that's like $15 and it ends up being a PSA 10. After you submit it, it probably only is going up to like $40 right now for a lot of the ultra modern Japanese. So you'd rather just pick up the $40 PSA 10 than buy a raw card, potentially have it as a PSA 10, submit it, pay the submission cost, $15, $20, whatever it is for you. And then you're just not really sitting there with much of a gain on that play. So the Cresselia did end up getting a PSA 10. Illustration rare with a 10 is obviously very cool to be able to get. And I do love this card. I think it's a beautiful dreamscape type of Cresselia card, and one of my favorite Pokemon. Probably, I mean, I say one of my favorite, probably like top 100 for me. You know, there's a lot of Pokemon I love. I'm a huge fan of the cards. I'm a huge fan of the games. I just love the IP. So getting Cresselia illustration rare from Shrouded Fable in a PSA 10. Again, the illustration rares can be difficult to get in a PSA 10. So happy about that one in a big way. Up next, we've got the Latios, and this did come in a PSA 10 as well. The Latios from Surging Sparks. This means I'm going to have to get the Latios in a PSA 10 as well. It obviously won't be sequential, but this card is so sick. The connected art with Latios, which is a special illustration rare style card. So this card is actually harder to hit in a 10 than the Latios is, but this is certainly much easier to pull being an illustration rare versus a special illustration rare. A lot of the illustration rares, there's issues with centering. There's also issues with being able to kind of like see the hollow foil pattern on the edge of the card. And so there's just different printing issues that these have dealt with when it comes to trying to grade a PSA 10. And I was really stoked that this one did come in at a 10 because it does fetch a nice price. It certainly raises the value a good bit. And I'm a huge fan of Latios and Latios. And obviously the Lovebirds is an iconic card with these two. I think that this combined connected art is going to go down as being very iconic as well in the Pokemon hobby. So very excited about that. Before we get to our last one, did want to remind y'all, our channel membership is available now. We started it this week, and channel members will be entered into a member exclusive giveaway every single week. Our first giveaway is going to be announced this upcoming Friday. I believe it's August 8th. But you're going to have your chance to win this Pikachu EX Hyper Rare from Surging Sparks. You'll also be winning the Marnie's Rival Battle Deck that features a really nice illustration rare style promo, and the Stevens Battle Deck, which again features a beautiful illustration rare style promo card. So those three prizes will be the first giveaway for our channel members. It's $2.99 a month. So it really is a fantastic deal. Very excited about it, but you can go check that out in the description below. Now for our final card, as I mentioned earlier, 4 out of the 5 cards I submitted did hit a PSA 10. The final one, it was a 9. And it is the one that I really, besides Rayquaza, this was the one that I really wanted a 10. It came back a 9. This is the Stained Glass Birds card that has gone absolutely wild as of late. It was sitting in the $20s and $30 range for a really long time. I ended up getting it at $65. This was another one where it was like a card I obviously wanted. This is iconic. I'm a Kanto kid. These birds mean so much to me. Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres, and it's just one of the more unique arts. I think you could legitimately look at this card as an S tier promo card throughout the history of the Pokemon trading card game. And so it's just unique, beautiful. You got your legendary birds. I saw it at my local card store. I thought it looked perfect. I thought it should 10. It ended up getting a 9. I'm really not sure why. Like I said, I did a lot of work on this one. I studied kind of how some of the other Tag Team GX cards that do 10 or that did 10, how they look on the corners. You have these like kind of like yellow borders on these diagonal corners here, and I wanted to make sure that this looked like it looked exactly the same as the other cards that I have seen in a PSA 10. I thought it did. I think it's centered very well. So again, not exactly sure why this one was not able to 10. But one benefit of submitting with other card companies, like I know some of them will actually give you a report as to why it didn't 10. But again, I'm looking, there's no whitening, there's no edge wear, I don't see any dents or print lines. I just don't know why this one didn't 10, but 80% is a great hit rate. If you want to get into grading Pokemon cards, again, you can just kind of follow the steps I talked about. There's a lot of other guides as well on the internet, on YouTube, whatever it may be. But hitting 80% is going to get you a long way. And if you want to use grading with PSA to potentially help you out to make your collection more affordable, you can certainly do that. That's what I'm planning on doing, and showing y'all all these cards right here, right now. Just a really beautiful grouping of cards in my opinion. My favorite card, honestly, full disclosure, is actually the Kinddra. Then I would probably say the Rayquaza, the Stained Glass Birds, Latios, and Cresselia, but I love them all. They're absolutely beautiful. I think Pokemon is really humming. They started hitting their stride late in the Sun and Moon era, then early on in Sword and Shield, for whatever reason, they weren't doing alt arts. They weren't pushing themselves, but they got it together. Sword and Shield ended up being an amazing era, you know, after the first 5 or so sets. And then Scarlet and Violet, the depth, the consistency has been fantastic, and now we're moving into megas. So it's a wonderful time for the hobby from a quality standpoint from Pokemon, in terms of the illustrations, the different cards they're putting out. We do need to get those prices down on sealed products, though. Brand new sealed products, that is. You know, obviously, long-term things should grow in the hobby after they go out of print, but nothing brand new should be unattainable for the average collector. So that's where I'm really looking for Pokemon to step it up and get things together there. But fired up about this submission. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Don't forget to check out that video on the Scarlet and Violet promos for your chance to win a Kinddra EX Special Illustration Rare Style promo. Not the PSA 10 here, but a raw copy that could potentially 10. It's a clean copy for sure. And then you can also become a channel member for $2.99 a month, and we have member exclusive giveaways every single week. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and have a good one.